Today we're going to talk about a trend I'm seeing in some personal conveyance use that we need to cut out, and we're going to watch a dashcam video where you might say, why exactly are we watching this one? All that on this week's Safety Update. Hello, welcome. Safety Update with Sam. I am Sam. You are not. That's the way we all like it. Cool. So, are you having a good day? I really hope you are. If not, feel free to text me, call me, let me know why you're not. I'm all ears. So, but anyways, one thing I want to quickly talk about is a little trend I'm starting to see with personal conveyance, and I kind of want to nip this in the bud because I've been seeing more and more people use it. And it's kind of a misconception, and I want to squash it right now. And I want to say too, there might be a chance that I misunderstood some questions that you guys asked, and maybe even myself steered you in the wrong direction. So first off, I apologize for that. And secondly, I want to get this out there so that everybody understands. And you might not like me after this, but it's not me, it's the federal government. So take it up with them. Anyways, so in personal conveyance, we all know about that safe haven exemption. If you run out of hours and you need to get to a safe haven, you can PC to it. That's nothing new. A lot of you guys use it. I am starting to see kind of a trend where a lot of people are using it though incorrectly. So basically, what that exemption means is that if you're at a shipper or you're at a receiver, you can safe haven out of there if they won't let you stay at their facility, which a lot of them don't. So if they say, hey, you're loaded, you can go, but you don't have the hours left to go, that's when you can PC out of there, okay? And to the closest safe haven, not your favorite safe haven, but the closest safe haven, okay? Does that make sense? What I am starting to see a lot is people, drivers, you, not maybe you specifically, but I've been seeing a trend where drivers are getting to the end of their 11-hour drive clock and going, okay, now I need to PC to a safe haven. That is not what that rule is for. That's not what that exemption is for. That is actually a misuse of personal conveyance, and that could ultimately get you a falsification of log violation from a DOT officer. So if you run out of hours and you're not at a safe haven, you go, oh man, like I'm in the middle of just PC, you can't do that. And again, I apologize if I said you could because I misunderstood kind of what you were asking. So apology accepted? Cool, thank you. But yeah, I noticed today as I was talking to somebody that they misunderstood and I misunderstood what they said. And so there's a big misunderstanding. And so, like I said, I just wanted to come out and say that is not what it's for. You cannot use PC if you run out of your 11 while driving. You cannot PC then to a safe haven. You need to make sure that you are at a safe haven before your 11 hours runs out. DOT does not care. They will literally tell you to just plan your trips better if you get caught running out of your 11 and you're on PC looking for a safe haven. The only time you can use that is if you're at a shipper or a receiver and they say that you can't stay there, then you can PC to a safe haven, not if you run out of your 11 hours. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. If not, let me know, ask questions, I can help you out with that. But it is very important that you keep your logbooks as clean as you possibly can. Okay, they're your logbooks, they're not my logbooks. Now, I am more than happy to help you out with them. If you made a mistake somewhere and go, oh, I left myself on duty when I should have been off duty, those are all edits that you can make. And if you have questions on how to do that, feel free to ask me. I can teach you how to do that. I know for some of you just have me do it, which is fine. I can help you out with that. But you can edit anything that you need to. If it's truthful, you can't, whatever. You can edit anything that you need to in your logbooks yourself. So feel free to try that, to do that. The only thing you can't edit is drive time, as we all know. But even that, I can go in and ignore small amounts, not legitimate drive time that you did, but like if a shop moved your truck around or things like that, you know, and you got those minute-long drive times, we can ignore that if it goes against your break to get your hours back. If it's a legitimate mistake, okay, I can't edit any drive time that you drove. So anyways, but it's very important that you keep your logbooks up to date and as clean as possible. And the video that we are going to watch here in just a second will show you exactly why it is really, really important that you keep your logbooks up to date, you keep them in full compliance, and you make sure that you are running with the full FMCSA guidelines at your back. Because as we'll see here, you never know exactly when you're going to you never know when you're going to be questioned by DOT. So with that, let's take a look at the dash cam. Okay, so here we are in the middle of Minnesota. I mean, literally, this is as central Minnesota as you probably could get. Looks like Nebraska out there. And we're on a 2-lane highway. We've got a vehicle in front of us. So let's take a look at this video and see just what exactly is going on. So we're driving behind them, driving the speed limit. This, I don't know what it is, a Lincoln Navigator maybe in front of us is going. And all of a sudden, the Lincoln Navigator is starting to slow down a little bit. We're starting to catch up to him. And now we're getting to the point, no, now we need to pass him. So our driver gets up to him, maybe got a little close. I don't know. You can never seem to trust those cars anymore. But he gets out. It's flat. You can see for miles out there. He's in a passing zone, passes the car, and comes back and is back rolling again. So I told you, we're going to watch a video today that might kind of make you go, what are we watching this for? Here's the story with this video, okay? And this is why I say that your logs need to be compliant at all times. This Lincoln Navigator, or whatever it was, I guess I can't, it's a Ford, maybe it's a Ford Explorer, I don't know. Whatever this vehicle was, thought that our truck was tailgating him for an excessive amount of time, and it was excessively close. As you can see, maybe when it was ready to pass, they got a little close, but you could tell our truck was trying to get momentum, didn't want to pull out and then try to go. He was trying to get the momentum to go. So this car said that we were being tailgated, and this car said that we passed in a no passing zone. And who did this car say that to? It said that to a state trooper. And about a couple more miles up the road, our truck got pulled over by the state trooper on account of a complaint from a car. And with the result of that was that our driver got a level 3 inspection. And so they looked at all of his logs, then they called me and said, hey, we want to give you a heads up that your driver had the cops called on him for a complaint. So I went out and found the video of what exactly happened. Turns out we didn't tailgate. Turns out we passed in a passing zone. Turns out this was a very routine maneuver on account of a semi-truck. But that car called in the complaint on us, and because of that, our driver got an inspection. Didn't do anything wrong. Really didn't do anything wrong, just got an inspection. Now, good on this driver that his logbooks were fully compliant. So in reality, he should actually be thanking that vehicle because it just made him an extra $100 for that day. But regardless, you could be doing everything right going down the road, and these vehicles could call the right officer, and the officer might be in the right spot at the right time, and boom, you're hit. Okay, you're inspected. So, like I said before, it is very important that you keep your logbooks fully compliant. I'm here to help out with that. I'm here to double check sometimes, although there's roughly 180 of you guys right now out there on the road. I can't look at every logbook at all times to make sure that everybody is fully compliant in there. That's why I put the emphasis back on you. It is your logbook. Make sure that you keep it compliant. If you have questions about it, feel free to reach out to me. I'm here to help you with that. But I can't be your angel up on your shoulder here. Not that anyone really called me an angel, but I can't be that guy looking at your logbooks all the time to make sure everything's good to go. So again, This driver in the middle of nowhere, Minnesota, got pulled over because a complaint from a car thinking that he was tailgating and he passed in a no passing zone. It could happen. It happened right here. So even if you're doing everything perfectly right, you can still get popped. That's why it's so important. Make sure you're following all the rules out there. And again, questions, let me know. This is what I'm here for. So a little bit more of a mundane type video here, but I just wanted to emphasize that you just never know when you might get popped by DOT officers and they're going to want to look at stuff. So always make sure you're doing your pre-trips. Always make sure that your logbooks are good. If you have defects that on the vehicle, the equipment that you need help with, make sure to get with the shop. They're very good. We got a vast network of things we can do. So just make sure that you're doing everything that you're supposed to be doing, and you should be just fine. Because again, you could pass the wrong car in the middle of nowhere and you get stopped by DOT. Cool? All right. Again, I've said this 100 times, but I completely mean it. If you have questions, let me know, okay? So that's that for this week's safety update. Again, I'm Sam. I have all my contact information at the bottom here. Feel free to reach out. And as always, until we talk again next week, drive safe.